Hello friends, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. We just finished with the prison on Raikadiphilia, and we are returning to the ship. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behaviors in the ship's cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual of pacification can rid them of this obstinacy. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. A click comes through the box channel followed by a wary sea. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitator calculations or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Idira joins the channel and chimes in playfully. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folk have grown used to all that, so our resident ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. The technomats inspected the servitors and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused either by the echoes of minds not completely eliminated or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's tasks considerably more difficult, and High Factotum Janris Danrock would like to discuss how he should deal with the defective property. He is awaiting your audience on the bridge. Alright. Our next destination is Raikat Minoris, but let's see what's happening with the cogitators first. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you not without difficulty. A servo skull whirls over his shoulder, while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he is holding, and he regards you with attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your lordship. Journalist and rocket your service. Vigdis informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. January Stanrock nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. I wish to take a look at these servitors before deciding their fate. As you wish, your lordship. Wow, okay. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of the strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His Lordship Cornelius von Valancius took several steps toward the servitors. Immediately the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rope trader halted in place and, after a moment's thought, waved his hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of a hand, or a step to a side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute, until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rock trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As high factotum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half machines and half people. The Lord Captain stepped away from the servitors. All present held their head disturbed by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His Lordship Cornelius von Valancius demanded a report on the defective unit status from the technomats. The technomats' long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination. Turned to me to announce his decision. His Lordship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was that confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmarish stupor that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. The Lord Captain gave the order to dispose of the servitors so that their human souls be released from torment. The Lord Captain's command was executed post-haste. All defective units were incinerated in furnaces and their remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors and soon forgot all about the destroyed unit's peculiarities, yet this incident haunts my memories to this day. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Alright, got 3 more points in Iconoclast. Okay, we need 45 for the next level, for rank 2. We are at 25 now. Anyway, I think we are done with that. What else do we have here? Alright, let's move on with our main quest. Let's check this unidentified voidship first. Master Helmson Braver, the box crackles to life and Master Helmson Braver addresses you. What we have here, Lord Captain, it is not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, there is an incoming transmission now too. Hear us? The box transmission hisses and abruptly cuts to static. Do not require assistance. Repeat, do not require assistance. Copy? The box relays a different voice. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Emperor protects. Lord Captain, I'm told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Ricadiphilia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. Reba, can we establish communication? Let the vessel identify itself? Yes, Lord Captain, the connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, the box only hisses and snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting over one another. Do not tell. Tell him. We are done for. This is Thunderfang. We are. One of the voices falters uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private merchant vessel. A merchant vessel? Of course they are. Damn, my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Ray, damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The breach has been almost completely obliterated. Two of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? The box responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expletives, and yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the others shut up. You manage to make out little from all this noise. We were just flying, minding our own business, straight out of the blue, and opened fire. Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected. And then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without our help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? You can make out hoarse and furious whispering even over the crackling of the static. Why? I don't know. What if? Certainly not. The whispering dies and a clear, youthful voice cuts through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. We assure you. Peaceful merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require it. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain again what your business is here, and this time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done, idiot? It is too late now. The box channel is again filled with the angry whispering of several voices. The whispers and static are drowned out by a clear and slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We did not come here to loot on a different business, to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt, please. We already had our Koronus cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of plunder, I mean goods. In case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Koronus Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have box conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. The honeyed voice of the high factotum interrupts the translation with a polite cough. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Also, the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions. The Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. Ooh. Oh, I would like some medkits. I need level 1 reputation. Oh, I need 200 more. That's so bad. Oh. New cargo has been created. Nice. What's this? Melee weaponry. Oh, okay. Perfect. $200. Perfect. Nice. Now let's say the heavy leather armor. Let's say the flamer. The camouflage. What does this do? The wearer's range attack decreases the attack result by minus 5%. That's good. Meta charge. Perfect. Force grenade. Nice. Stalker glow. If the wearer's range attack hits an enemy, the wearer gains a +5 bonus to critical hit chance for the next range attack against the same enemy. Does not stack. Medkits, yes. What's this? World origin. Fencing body glow. Right. Noise suppression armor. Noise suppression helmet. When the wearer kills an enemy in a 1-cell radius with a shot, they gain 1 resolve until the end of combat. Oh, okay, I need 16 profit factor. Okay. Power more. Sword pattern chain sword. Okay, I think that's it. Nice. Oh, I could have used this, but... Alright, that's it. I wanted to switch this to... Oh, this is even better, what the hell? No, I'm going to keep the noble sword for now. I'm going to put this here. What else do we have? Armors. This is heavy armor. Ooh, this seems to be better. Perfect. Okay, I can't use heavy armor when I make character. Okay, this is better. All right. You have your last gun. All right, this is a lot better. World property, world origin. Fortress world. Unknown origin homeworld, okay. Imperial world. Imperial world. Forsaken world, okay. But I don't really need parry. Let's put this anyway. Alright, you get this. And I think we had, oh no. You get this. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. We are ready to go to Owlcat Minories. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Members of a sacred cult operating aboard the ship have requested an audience. They wish to present gifts and introduce themselves to their new captain. They call themselves the Bloodspawn Web. The cult defends the flagship from both internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard and looked favorably upon their activities. Alright, I will commence preparations at once. Okay, apparently we are not yet ready for Owlcat Minories. I believe this is where we recruit Kibellah. Those on the deck watch in awe as the final figure moves gracefully into a ceremonial pose. Some of the officers whisper in excitement, while others murmur prayers to the God Emperor.
The undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still. Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her. And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion. We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Kibellah. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
Lord Imperium test succeeded. You have heard many stories about death cults such as this one. These devoted, holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, invisible executioners, and the scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of the faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles touched by madness.
The Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
How interesting. Devout assassins who believe themselves to be instruments of a higher power. They revel in violence and cannot tell the difference between bloodthirst and piety. They follow their faith blindly, unaware of how closely they tread the corruption and depravity. Look at them. They stand on the edge of a precipice. The smallest push will send them plummeting into the abyss. You could be their downfall. All you have to do is push.
Tell me about yourself, Kibellah. Are you the leader of the Bloodspun Web, or its herald, or its servant?
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. The honor of this title is bestowed only upon those who have ushered more souls than... It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts.
What exactly does a cult like the Bloodspun Web do?
The tenets of the web teach us to read the threads of the future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, 1 blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship. But there are others, the virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One.
Instead of helping those who may soon stumble, you offer them death?
We follow his design. We claim those marked by his omens. We submit to his will. How could it be otherwise?
You kill innocent people?
We do not desire their death. We do not seek them out in the darkness. They come to us, and we usher them from this life if his sacred tarot reveals that the Emperor wishes to accept these martyrs.
Emperor's Tarot. A deck of psychoactive cards bearing sacred and meaningful images. Tarot cards are used for divination and predicting the future. They are believed to be able to capture images sent by the Emperor himself. In the hands of a skilled psyker, the Emperor's Tarot can be a truly potent divination tool. Mention the tenets of the web. What are they?
Our laws and teachings, our philosophy and way of life, our art of combat and spiritual dogma. The tenets are the blood-spun web itself. Humanity owes its existence to the undying Emperor's sacrifice. It is he who protects us from a darkness of terrors. Hence, each of us has a duty to serve him, and a duty to die for him. To act otherwise is to waste the life that has been given to us by the Undying One, to become a thief. We help others understand this. We help them to live and die righteously.
I find that acceptable. The cultists do not blink or look away as they stare at you. Why have you brought this rebel to the upper decks?
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the blood-spun web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
Give weapons to the traitors. It is time for Kibellah to prove herself.
A dagger that has not sliced through sinew is nothing more than a toy. Let the final dance begin.
Oh, we're fighting.
Your Emperor won't save you!
Welcome his embrace.
The angel's blessing awaits!
Oh, they have how much damage? 810.
The shadows will...
Oh, nice.
As honor ordains. Trust me. I feel nothing, fear nothing. There is only
Not
death,
that good.
yours or mine. As honor ordains, killing brings me no pleasure.
Oh, you are pretty good.
Trust, come. The other side awaits.
Oh, more enemies?
I will set them free.
That's weird.
You cannot trick death. It will claim me one day. The shadows will... I shall not fail. As honor ordains. A dance of blades and shadows, as the Trust me.
Okay.
Out of my way!
I will not die in dishonor.
That's weird.
Death is a blessing. The shadows will see done. As honor.
All right. A cut to the heart, a cut to the throat, a cut to the stomach. These wounds have been inflicted according to his pleasure. The blood of the apostates will wash away the stain of the treachery, so that their souls may prostrate themselves before the Undying One's throne and beg his forgiveness. Kibellah wipes the blood from her blade in one swift movement. I have acted with reverence and shown proof of my loyalty. Will you accept me, Domin Cornelius? Will you make me your shield and shadow? Your lordship, the spinners of the Bloodspawn web were watching, tracking and killing von Valencia's enemies long before the warrant of trade passed through Lady Theodora. However, their blade has also been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons. The factotum swallows nervously, casting a fleeting glance at Kibellah. But I certainly do not in any way condemn the deeds of the deeply esteemed cult. I am sure they must have had good reason. Jocasta Sourback, the master of arms, clears her throat. The cultists are the scourge of the seditious. They bring the unrighteous ruin. The enforcers respect the Bloodspawn web, for we share a common goal, to bring his light and his harsh justice to the darkest depths of this ship. Scourge of the seditious are not, folk are afraid of them for a reason. A couple of watches ago, these spinners took a train driver to pieces for some kind of ritual. I don't know what old Malok did to earn that privilege though, and who's going to feed his family now? Heinrich takes a drag on his law stick, exhaling the thick smoke through his clenched teeth. But that's a lower decker problem. What matters is that the Bloodspawn web serves you faithfully, Lord Captain. Confessor Adalbert, the plump old man in the rich robes of a confessor, adds respectfully, my predecessor's predecessor once delivered a sermon about how the spinners saved this vessel from the servants of the archenemy. The Bloodspawn web paid the price in blood, a river of scarlet that flooded the decks from bridge to bulge. They became the blood of the flagship, the pulse in its veins and the beat of its heart. Their great sacrifice earned them the favor of House von Valencius. It seems that not all of the officers have been presented to me. Confessor Adalbert, your lordship, was a humble servant of the Emperor. I am entrusted with the high honor of being the ship's confessor, or, in other words, the highest spiritual authority on your vessel. I am here to oversee the purity of the crew's faith. I officiate in the officers' chapel and also look after the ship's reliquary. You will be my shadow, Kibellah. Kibellah's movements are slow, almost rhythmic, as she removes her ceremonial mask. The dark shadows of her eyes accentuate the deathly pallor of her skin, which is covered in ritual scars. Henceforth, I am your shadow, Domin Cornelius von Valancius, an instrument of death placed in your hand by the Undying One. For so it was ordained, and so his tarot forspoke. The young woman bows her head once more. I also come bearing an invitation from the vizier of the Bloodspawn Web. He wishes you to know that the doors to the Undying One's temple are open to you. Are you suggesting the Lord Captain should go down into the depths of his flagship to search for this temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They are not a fitting place for his lordship. Who is the vizier? He is the first among us. The vizier has spun the web of fate for fivefold longer than I have lived. Blood of the flagship's blood, my mentor and teacher. Where is your temple located? I am not permitted to say. If you wish to find a temple, you must walk the path of Saint Arian, the mightier spider. Hers was the thread that would become the Bloodspawn web. Her path began deep within the flagship in the dark tunnels of the freight line. And that is where yours must begin as well. This journey will bring you closer to the thread of the web, closer to the Undying One, closer to understanding death. I will walk in the footsteps of the matriarch spider. Your journey will begin in the darkness of the deepest tunnels. The vizier awaits you. The cultists retreat into the shadows as Kibellah seats her ceremonial dagger. Your blade awaits direction, Domin Cornelius. We will speak again when the time is right. All right. We have another companion. Voidship map. The rogue trader ship is a veritable city sailing through the void. The ship has numerous compartments that you can visit. Navigate these compartments using the map of the ship, which you can access from the main elevator on the bridge or from any compartment. Nice. Okay, this is another companion quest. Explore the void ship's red line. Okay, I will do this, but first we really need to land on Rakat Banaris. Oh. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge, and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Conrad Boyd's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Stop. I did not wish for any of you to die. The dead remain deaf to your words, creeping ever closer with the inevitability of death itself. You belatedly realize that your trembling hand has found a shard when its razor-sharp edge cuts into your palm. What is this? An unbearably bright light floods everything around and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with strange and Nordic proportions, a curved design, and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have heard this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is open, the path is chosen, accept your fate, champion. Throw the demon blade away. Never. Your body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the demonic eyes sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel your soul burn away to ash. You awaken from the vision kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloody shot lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. Oh, quest failed. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your box and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Alright. Interesting. What do we have here? Oh, operator's globes. Okay. Anything else? Yes, apparently. Oh, what's this? The wearer gains an additional +1 result whenever they kill an enemy. Oh, that's very good. And what's this? Von Balancius cloak. While the wearer is at full wounds, they gain +5 to... Oh, that's even better. Wow. This looks badass. I don't even know from where did I get these items. Anyway, each right has a dodge, alright. So I'm the only, me and Kibellah are the only iconoclast characters apparently. Let's get you some armor. Alright, now you let's get you more medkits. What's this? Blood vial. And weapons. Spinner's blade. Oh, silent verdict is a two-handed weapon. Okay, what? Okay. Alright, now let's level you up. Blade Dancer. So you start at level 5. I'm going to get dueling mastery for 15% bonus to parry. Weapon skill, obviously. Level 6 Blood Oath. Okay, so this ability can be used multiple times per turn, but it grants +1 and additional attack only once per round. Okay. Oh, and level 7. At level 7, weapon skill. And Blood Rush. Whenever the blade ends using an ability that costs wounds, they gain +3 move points. Alright. I think we are done here. There's loot here. Yeah. I'll finish later. Let's get this. Goods. Cracked data slate. Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, who's this guy? Would you like to take a bath or no? No. Not yet. Okay. Let's scan this planet. 50 experience. Rykard minorities added to the worlds of the Expanse. Starport. Okay. Okay, so the less recoil, the more accurate is a burst weapon. Interesting, I didn't know that. The starport greets you with a din of ordnance, and the smell of explosives tickles your nostrils. It is difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Halt! Weapons on the ground, or I'm firing. Sergeant Mulgar. A man in a torn and dirty uniform hobbles toward you from behind the chunks of rockcrete and crumpled plasteel. His cracked helmet is adorned with a crooked label that reads Sergeant Mulgar. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown. The rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you lot just happened to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it? And on a shuttle like that? Where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? He is visibly awed by the resplendent gold of your transport. Grab 'em, lads. We've got ourselves a rebel landing force. Abelard transport, by the holy throne, what is this mess? Idira glances around. They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. I am the rogue trader von Balancius. Give me a status report this instant. With a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier and barks. My mistake, sir. At once, the starport is under the control of the governor's ordnance. Perimeter's commander is Sergeant. A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Lace Mulgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? What is going on here? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First, the lower levels sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenal, the mag train stations. Then Felek tore off his mask, precisely because he knew about the trouble on Rakat Minoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. Cassia lets out a sorrowful sigh. You may continue your report. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxys. The tech priests linked to satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykat Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered to increase security of the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something is not right, you better double the word on details. The alarm was raised and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we are able to hold it. New rumor. Okay, they're crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. You are late to arrive on Rykard Manoris. Okay. You are doing fine work. You are doing fine work, Malgar, and so are your troops. It is people like you that hold the Imperium together. I live to serve. The sergeant's grim voice rings with a martyr's pride. Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe. I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your lordship. I am going to see the governor. If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damn anti-aircraft battery, there is absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will boxcast orders to them to wait for you. And I'll inform headquarters. They better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Idira frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she is looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last drop. The sergeant shakes his head in disappointment. If only Sergeant Davian of Tertium was here. He may have completely lost his marbles, but if I'd let him accompany you, you could have walked all the way to the governor's palace without any harm befalling you. Davian of Tertium? Who is that? One of ours, a veteran. No idea how he wound up here. The man's from Automa Prime, the other end of the galaxy. Silent chap, crazy eyes, but you should see him slay enemies of humanity. There's none like him. The sergeant casts a glance somewhere past the starport. When he started, he went missing out in the streets somewhere. Worse news for the rebels, though. He's an absolute beast in close quarters combat. Is the path ahead dangerous? What exactly awaits me there? All of our roadblocks are gone. The whole place is in the rebels' hands. The city is almost lost, so no help will come. We are surrounded by rebels. And watch your steps, sir. The streets are chock full of mines. Oh, logic test failed. Alright. The sergeant's answer is not particularly helpful. When danger is all around you in many forms, it is impossible to prepare for it. What tech priest? A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amaranth or Amarnath or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any follow-up questions, though said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. You are a good soldier, Margar. I will see that your heroism is noted. The sergeant blushes slightly. I live to serve. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldier and spits out a booming series of commands. Alright. What are you doing? Okay. Okay. Right. I think this is better. Okay.
Venture forth.
Okay, there's nothing here. Oh, so I must go this way.
May his light harden our hearts. New trials await us in this place.
Oh.
Show
Okay.
them no mercy.
Lots of enemies. Lots of enemies. Okay, Argenta. I'm gonna put you here. Kibellah. What? I can't move Kibellah? What the hell? Abelat. I'm putting you here. That's weird. Cassia. And Idira. That's weird. Why I can't position... The path is blocked. Nothing is blocked. Anyway.
Doubt is for the weak.
Oh my god. That was
Faith
pretty
without
bad.
deeds is worthless.
Yep. Pretty bad.
On it. Farewell.
Okay, that guy is dead. Okay, these two Okay, then I'm going to move here.
Here we go.
Okay, that's that. Okay, this is a bruiser. Okay. Now, Cassia. What if I move here and use this? Wouldn't that be great? Because I can't reach these guys. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Maybe some of them are stunned. This guy is stunned. This guy is not stunned. So just this guy and this guy. But that's okay. What else? What else?
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Armor 20. I don't care about armor.
I know what to do.
All right. Now. Yeah. But if I move here and use this, yeah, I think this is a lot better. Oh, I have this guy too. But that's okay, I guess. Okay.
They won't expect this.
I need to kill these guys. Oh my god.
Let's set this in motion.
That was really bad.
Onward!
Oh, I have allies. What do you know?
Time to
That's
slaughter
good.
someone.
Okay. Okay, they killed one of my allies. Okay.
Let's get
Oh
to
my
it.
god, that's a lot of damage.
Here we go.
I'm going to
Death comes
put you
in
here.
silence.
I can't reach any of these guys. This guy is dead. Nah. There's no point.
My place is at the fore. Let me help.
House Orselio thanks you.
Indeed. At your beck and call.
Alright.
I'm here, maggot.
Stop. Nice.
Let's get to it.
You don't frighten me!
Yep, that's what we are going to do.
I will not.
What?
Guided by faith.
What the hell? Why I can't attack? Okay. Can I at least use this?
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Ouch. Okay, that was kind of stupid.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Resistant.
Anything
Let's
else?
kill this
Be
guy.
gone. Will do.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I know what to do.
Perfect.
As said, so done.
Okay, let's move you here.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Costly mistake.
Scared yet?
Stop it!
Emperor,
Oh my
protect the
god.
fallen.
Let's make it quick.
I've suffered worse.
Let's get to it.
as the tenets demand. Come, the other side awaits.
I don't have any more movement. I should have used blood oath. Anyway, let's
As
move
honor
here.
ordains.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Victory is imminent. It will be done. One fewer target.
Okay.
Blessed be the hand of the healer. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. I'll do it. For you, my Emperor!
No, that.
As the Emperor commands, I
No,
act.
that's a door. Okay, moving you here. Yeah, let's move you here first. I can't reach you.
Anything else?
Oh, both. Oh, Idira, you rule.
But of course.
Not sure.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may?
On it. Very well.
Nice.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
You're dead.
Indeed. At your beck and call.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Oh.
Faith without deeds eradicated.
Finally. No level ups.
Onward to victory.
31. I need 31 more experience. Wow. So many equipment.
Let's seize the moment.
I think we are done here. Right. Nothing else to loot.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
Lucky Jasper. Who is this guy? Lower Imperium?
Perfect.
Oh. Written on the side of the shuttle in pilot's slowly slang are the words, "Do not touch a shipment of tithes to the blessed Lord Captain Calicos Winterscale. Perhaps there is something worth your attention in the shuttle." Oh. Oh. Ring of the Iron Wheel. Whenever the bearer hits a target with shield bash, double slug, fulminating shuttle, increase the adjudication, they make a question test with minus 40 penalty if the wearer succeeds the target. Wow, this is very good. Commander Cloak. These are very good. I'm going to put the ring on my character. And Cassia is getting the commander cloak. Nice. What else do we have here? More goods.
Let's see this through.
Let's see what's up with this guy. Yeah. Folks, how about you don't come any closer and I don't shoot you? Gain true vision, renounce all sight, all will be revealed. Lucky Jasper, the young shaggy-haired soldier is still pale. Nonetheless, as you approach, he holsters his pistol, the hallmark of good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. "Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me, but it definitely wasn't anything good. Who are you?" "Lucky Jasper, the governor's aide and personal box operator. I was dispatched to the starport on special orders," the young man proclaims, desperately trying to tame his tousled hair. "And what exactly were you doing here on your own?" "Following Governor Medina's special instructions, namely..." He greets his state with a pained expression furrowing his brow. "Oh, right, it's a secret assignment. I can't talk about it." Mr. Strass, would you kindly read all his thoughts for me?" Idira winks back at you slightly. "As you wish, Lord Captain. Will reveal all his secrets in a jiff. Though I can't guarantee that his brains won't melt into mush in the process, but that's collateral, right?" He pales, his eyes darting between you and Idira. "No need, my lord. I'd rather volunteer everything myself than let this one rummage around in my head. She might break something, but I beg of you, don't tell anyone, or the governor will turn my brains to mush for sure." "So, why did they send you to the starport?" "I'm supposed to deliver updated vox codes and, how should I put it, assess the situation. The planet is a real mess at the moment. The rebels have found their way into our voxnet and are now eavesdropping. This made proper communication impossible. The hallowed electrodynamic Cenobium had sent out a distress call before it went dark. And who even knows what's happening in the system? There's been a riot on Rhykediphilia, the prison planetoid. Your occupied station is silent, although the navigators there have always been a reclusive bunch. I was hoping I'd be lucky enough to run into a pilot or captain here who could give me an update, but that's hardly a possibility right now. The rebels are blasting anything that tries to land out of the sky with their damn cannon." He stops talking a little too abruptly. Tell me about Europe 5. There's not much anyone could tell you about it. That station belongs to the Navis nobility themselves. Emperor knows what they do up there, or who even lives there. They scorn ordinary folk. The only person they're willing to grace with an audience is the esteemed Yvain Interscale. It is beginning to sound like he is complaining. That place is creepy. They say they order shuttles with servants from Rakat minorities on a regular basis. I guess they're too important up there to change filters and clean compartments themselves, huh? Except I've never met anyone who has served there. It's like no one ever comes back. Your brothers and sisters lived and died for a great cause, serving a navigator house and therefore all of the Imperium. It is a high honor, one that few could bear. Only now does Jasper notice Cassia, and his eyes go wide with fear. He opens and closes his mouth a few times, helplessly like a fish, unable to utter a sound. Instead, he just nods nervously. There is something else you are hiding from me, isn't there? More classified secrets? It's nothing classified, just personal. There's another reason why I'm here. My betrothed is missing. Raquel Beccari, the esteemed Yvain Winterscale's personal pilot. When the riot reports came from Raikadi Filia, Lord Yvain headed there personally. Then this rebellion started down here and we lost communication. No one knows how they're doing up there. You know what? What I'm afraid of? That they'll come back and those rebel scumbags will shoot them out of the sky. I wanted to find a place this high up, set up a boxcaster there and send them a transmission. The sky is closed off, don't try to land, but I didn't make it in time. Those blind dogs chased after me and as I was running I tripped and broke the caster. He hangs his head sadly. I worry for her. She's an excellent pilot, but I still worry. Abelard shakes his head disapprovingly, but his eyes are understanding. That is why all members of a voidship clan share the same employment. No matter how devoted a servant of the Emperor is to their duty, there is always a danger that family ties might disrupt regulations and order. Worry not, for your Raquel is alive. I met her on Raikadi Filia. Really? That's marvelous. May the Emperor protect you for 1,000 years and then 1,000 more for bringing me such good news. He beams in elation. I'll name my firstborn after you, I swear. In fact, I'll name all my children after you. Do you think the governor can handle the rebellion? Well, obviously. I'm not some pessimist to say otherwise. I won't tell anyone. You really won't? Well then, if you ask me, things are pretty rotten. Those rebels are strange. We'd have easily quelled a normal riot. We're not some commoners. We're Ricadians, the naval elite of House Winterscale. But those people, they're vicious. They know no fear. And their attacks, they're so precise. It's like they know what's going to happen ahead of time. The command executed 7 officers on suspicion of espionage. But it's not about spying. They say the leader of the rebels is some two-faced Aurora who can see into the future. Now she is the real danger. She can see into the future, is that right? We'll see about that. She's up against the wrong psyker. My breezy whispers may be vague, but they've not failed me once. I can tell you without asking my Titian friends that her future doesn't look too bright now that the Lord Captain is involved. I'm looking for an interrogator of the Inquisition who may have arrived on this planet. Have you heard of anyone matching that description? Jasper's face quickly turns gray as he says, I have, but I don't know where he is now. I'm sorry, but I don't like discussing the affair of the Inquisition. I have no more questions. It was my pleasure to be of service to you, my lord. It's been nice to chat to someone normal. Are you unharmed? All thanks to you, my lord. Those blind lunatics are all over that city right now. These rebels, damn them to the void, go around maiming anyone they get their hands on and scorching their eyes. Then they leave the poor sods driven mad by the pain to wander the streets babbling nonsense. He lowers his voice and adds with gravity, the command doesn't want anyone to talk about it, but I've heard whispered that it's not just a nonsense, it's heresy, actual heresy, because listening to it scrambles your brain. It made one patrolman freeze in his tracks while the blind mob got hold of him and carried him from his post off to who knows where. I must take my leave. You're right, we shouldn't stay here or we might run into rebels. I'll go find a safe place to watch the sky for any landing shuttles. May the Emperor protect you, my lord. Alright. I think this is a good spot to end the episode. we will continue from where we left off next time. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.